Hello and welcome to the channel. Doing as you know, I post bringing to your notice that I'm gonna host these oral historians of the kingdom of Dagbon here. These are the people who has been able to preserve our histories, the Dagbon Kingdom, the Nanung Kingdom, as well as the Mosi Kingdom of Burkina Faso. And with me here tonight, the elders that I have tonight is Mba Lamashao. So I have with me here Mba Lamashao Sampahana. Mba Lamashao Sampahana. Sampahana is his chieftaincy title in his lineage. That is the oral historian's lineage. So the Sampahana is his title. His title is called Sampahana. And I have with me here Mba. When I said Mba, it means my father, Mba. Mba. So I have with me here Mba. Mba Lamashao Tahana. I have with me here Mba Lamashao Tahana. And then I have with me here Mba Swalesu. Mba Swalesu. I call him Mba Swalesu. He doesn't have a chieftaincy title. These are the generations that they training. This is the generations that they are training to bring them, into the culture. They are training Mba Swale. I call him Mba Swale because he bears my father's name. And I have with me here Rahim.
Abdurrahim.
And I have with me here Abdurrahim. So these four people that you see with me right now, this is the leader to the conversation for tonight. And then followed by Mbala Mashatahana and Mbaswale Su and then Abdurrahim. So Mbaswale Su and Abdurrahim, what it takes for them to know much about what is going on in their lineage with these two brothers that you see in here, so that in the past, in the future, when they are not more there, these children that they're training will be able to maintain the legacy, will be able to maintain the history. And this is how it has been going from the time of their grandfather, that is the originator of their lineage, up to date. So before we start, I want Mba Lamasha Sampahana to use his drum to praise their ancestor. The name of their ancestor was called Bizang, Binzing, Bizang. That is the name to their original ancestor, the ancestor who originated the drumming and dancing as well as the oral history of these kingdoms in northern Ghana. And they have the history as an oral history. They didn't write it in a book. No one passes it to them like through writing. It's just natural knowledge that they have from their ancestors and their parents. So I want Mba Tahana to praise their ancestor. Mba Tahana, Mba Sampahana to praise their ancestor. I'm telling them that when they are going to speak, they should speak louder so that everyone will benefit from this tonight, because this is one of history lessons. So, Mba Sampahana. An zang ma zang dan san bizang. Ai le bo na atong ba dia den na ka azan tong was satra katia be ka chana. So they have their drums here. They have their drums here and they are just making ready to, start work. Breneta Kriglia, good evening to you. Mama Edith, greetings to you, and still sending my condolences to you from Tamale. Mbalama Shasan Pana Empire. I'm telling Mbalama Shasan Pana that I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful. That's what I'm saying in Dagbon Empire. To Mbalama Shasan Pana Adaham Longma Kaluma Kum Yelye Twa. Don't come to my trouble. Karazan the Tirti. I'm asking Mbali Salama Shasan Pahana that as he started the drumming, I can hear this, the drum has started to talk. What is the drum telling us? Now I want him to start what the drum is telling us before we continue.
Pala Pianglana. Tengkat sang tu nubuat belum kapala. The Pala Pianglana. Kapa utuma. Kapati yanama. Kasanti yabna mo. Kaya inamu ayile the malpang pam. To santi yabna mo anai. Yabna mo malabi. Lalabi man yaban rote. Kata Peter yanama shambuya. Iye. Tiyablu na kalim. Kati ya na unu tashele. Na malada na dansu.
I'm asking him that what is the drum saying from the beginning till the time he ended. And he said that before he started to play the drum, he used his hand to rub the drum. That is, he's pleasing his ancestors and as well as pleasing the Almighty God and inviting the ancestors as well as inviting the Almighty God into this conversation. And he continued to say that he also used the drum to praise and remember about his ancestor in Yabna Mwao. That is the name to one of the ancestors from the foundation of this particular lineage that you see in here. That is the oral historian's lineage. And he also continued to say that when their ancestor gave birth to their, grandparents, their grandparents also gave birth to their their great-great-grandparents. So, and therefore, what he means is that in the history of Dagbon, no one is being put aside when it comes to remembering the ancestors. And the ancestor that he mentioned again was his ancestor or their ancestor Kalim. And he said that it was their ancestor Kalim said that as a person, you always have to be grateful in life. What the Almighty God has granted you is what you appreciate. What the Almighty God has given you is what you appreciate. And he said it is patience that makes you maintain everything that the Almighty God and the ancestors give you. So and he said that he has praised his ancestor Gurgurlo and his proverbs that so Bingman Gurgurlo is like somebody's and he said that so Bingman Gurgurlo Chera Lam Kwabga Solo Akonko Ngare to the meaning of so Bingman Gurgurlo Chera Lam Kwabga Solo Akonko Palim in Dagbani is that when there's there's a lot of things that is kind of struggles that borders humans. But among all of these struggles, it is the most important struggles that is the most important part to tackle in life. So when crossroads comes together in so many, it is only the straight path that is the best way. That is what he means. So.
Nala na yina ma katime vunya la pilon wa da kunan kan bun kama gal to sakoro ku gal to.
So, and he said they have also praised their ancestor Naina. That was the ancestor's name. And his proverb was that when you are angry and you pretending not to be angry, it is only you that it will worry. And he says that whatever bothers your stomach, like me. Okay, and he said, we have a meal here that we call sakuru. In Ashanti, they call it fufu. It is a mortar and a pestle that they use to pound fufu. And he said everything that the mortar and the pestle denies, it can never deny the fufu meal because it is the mortar and the pestle that women use to pound fufu. So whatever the fufu, the mortar and the pestle denies, it will not deny the fufu because it works hand in hand with the fufu. That is a proverb. And it translates as whatever you deny in life, there are certain things that whatever way you pretend to deny it, you can never deny it because it is nature. That is the meaning of the proverb. So,
Kami yablu nala yuwana yaku do kuru fiyen kada bala garga. Panandang pag ma fam na mi sunga bi biakna so ba.
so,
Nan yung kurano ko biyan na tuna bi biyan de so din yam bi shabando nyama.
so.
Den yendo kuru fiyen kada bala garga.
Okay. And he said he has also praised his ancestor. Now, wow. Yakubu. And his proverb was that is the ancestor's name that he's just called. That in every situation, there are older men. And out of all these situations, there is still young generations that has to come out from that, lineages. So in every lineages, there are older people, but they have to pass what they have to the younger ones. That was his proverb, the ancestors' proverb. So,
Kami yablu nala sara. Nan ki nyola kasa na kabyan biya puna.
so,
Na bun kama mata ba halaka tabu nirmun nangda. Tangbuna abla nangda tangbuna.
so. And he said that he has also praised his ancestor Alasani. And his proverb was that character halumala na halumala bumbo.
Tabu halaka tabu.
So
yablu nala sara. Nyama la kasa. Kabyan biya puna. Bun kama mata ba halaka tabu nirmun nangda tangbuna. Abla nangda tangbuna.
And he said this ancestor that is called Yaku, his appellation, Yabluna Alasani, and that his, appellation was that when a person sees you, there are some people in life, when they see you, they will be very happy, but deep inside, they are not happy. And he said that character can never be hidden, but whatever a person's character is, at the end of the day, it is soil that will take the character.
Kami yablu na shiro na yibal ku malman sim na malma ne binda ka goban nu la ban zo pa bo ne yafle poso ngon kon yel nangda
and he's yablu na ala shiro na shiro so he said that he also praised in Yablu Nashiro. That is one of their ancestors. That
yibal ku malma
Balkumalma.
Yibala. Yano kumalma. Nsamuna malma. Adam ko yena yibalma.
He said that your enemy says they would not maintain your good name, but your friend will maintain your good name. And he said that no matter what you go, no matter how majestically you walk, no matter how freely you walk, when you finally step on the physics of a human, you have to change your movements. That's what the ancestor says in this proverb. This all thing to Zalpian. Zang Salma Shana Zantama, Zampang Bayan Polo, Pizantama Katachan. Katachan, Katapang Yabizang Macha, Tarihimacha. So I and Danglong Maga Pili and Pili. Tonight is a history night. Tonight is a night of learning our history with regards to these oral historians. The historians who has preserved our history from day one up to date. And they come with these small drums and a big drum. They comes with small drums and big drums. So family, I'm listening to you. I'm looking at your comments And in the middle of things like this, I'll have to get to some points and then come back to your comments. Greetings to Brenetta Clegley, and greetings to Sister Mama Edith Road. Greetings to Clarence Dawn. Greetings to Monique Owari. Blessed love to you, sister. Greetings to 1159. Greetings to 1159 again. I've translated what the drum was saying. Greetings to Naturally Organic. Greetings to God Body Rank. And greetings to CJ Williams. Greetings to 1169 again. You said, do children who die become ancestors? Yes, it depends on the ancestors that they reincarnated. Greetings to Joyce Belvins and our families at your side. Polity Fest, greetings to you. You said we need some of this drumming in America to get rid of what evil criminals and the banking cartel. Greetings to Original Woman. So this is just the beginning for tonight's live stream of the Oral Historians. So we're going to continue. But I think now he's going to start to praise me before he continue with the drums and oral history, a little bit of oral history about me, because in the tradition, they can't come like this without telling me anything about my ancestors. That is how the tradition goes. The result of trauma.
Don't worry, Papa, we are Yabasiblim Bandamda. Bulaya Yabasiblim Bandamda. Bukuchimakal Pagobia, I Yabashinam Yea, Lampanam Kuntuya. Nukuran Shabmutan Davan Nevertam Bankine, the Vishit Makaba Kulune, Kakura Shabel Nukatan Dalapan Kulun Surum, Halway, when the Kulum Punurabina. Nayan Chubutul Pine, Mumanini, Lambotoku she, Namirka Bulletuk Yirshi, Womsang Bahu Bango, Gutulizan Yamuno, Gutusuku Mulu, Karagarshiri, Langar Yelam Bulaye. Nukuran Shangur Lasang Panabanshinan Muye, Lang Palambala. Populabula Malapam Kayong Nangili, Lambasin Yokum. Yamaya Zulam, Zulam Dial Zanzal, no Furkaguzal, no Free Bulayin. Kasale Yensela Bandam Namaya, the Kachu Bia Bandam Namaya, Dodo, I was a Fuzu Lavadare, Safisapuro, the Cook, and the Malkarambane, Yimalakarambane, Makunu, Nariele, you know me, didn't know she, you know, wishing in love, I am the man that he blipam. Mami, katama biya yundu so le par bi mampunda gal. Gama yundu bula, gama yundu melambia, ayo yundu bula. Kishire abuzu, ayo yundu bula, never yakubuzu, ayo yundu bula. Now when you are talk of just a temple, when I zone them left. You do my don't like Yaku to Kadu, the Matuka when Zagose. Never Yaku, we are the double king. I owe you do, Bola. Binya nyama yamu yelshana nyamumuni albarkatun kan lewu mane lewshana mumuni tiro wanda me de damne kine
Empire. As you see them singing and drumming, the drum has to talk about what he's saying before he translates it into oral history. So the drum has to talk before he translated it into oral history. So what he began was that he began with their ancestors, and then after his ancestors, which are translated, he decided to what? Praise me. That is the tradition. Because as a prince in a royal family, he can't come to my house, to have a program like this without, remembering me about or reminding me about the history or the stories of my ancestors. So he started with the ancestor that was called Zebulun Bandamda. Zebulun Bandamda. That is my grandfather Zebulun Bandamda. He ruled Dagbon Kingdom as an overlord king of the Dagbon Kingdom between the years of 1720 and 1735. Between the years of 1735 to 1749. That was Zebulun Bandamda. So Zebulun Bandamda ruled the Dagbon Kingdom for 14 years. He ruled the Dagbon Kingdom for 14 good years, and he praised him and he praised me. And then he came to my grandfather, Nantona Yondo, and he praised Nantona Yondo and praised me. And he said, Nantona Yondo appellation, that is the name that he chose for himself as a proverb, was that, then Turkande Nantona Yondo. So now it was Nantona Yondo's son, Nabilon Lan Yakubu, who says that Demtukande, Dembetukan Zasi. That is what is right, I take. What is wrong, I refuse. That was the name to my ancestor that he's talking about right now. And he continued to praise the name of my biological grandfather. That is my father's father. And he's Lamashana Mumuni. And he said that Albarka Tunkanga, then Liabmane. Albarka Tunkanga, then Liabmane, or the Lusalma, means that whatever you plant that is a good seed will become good. It's a proverb. It means that whatever you plant that is good, you would have a good yield. You have a good harvest or a good yield from the goodness that you plant. So this is the the translation of what he was talking in the drum, or what the drum was talking with regards to what he was singing about. So today, as I told you, I'm going to take you through how these particular oral historians originated. To long-term pilgo kat bora, netazan strong zamatu, kabadiri dan fana ninge shele. There's a tibi and nang yet to balance hachela to queen pilgrim. So we are now going to start their history, how they started up to date. So let's get him, Mbalama Shasam Pahana, to share the history with us in Dagbonle, and I'll translate it into English. So I couldn't tell me them you tell the television. Zana the Tepatangia Sahashan. At a good quality. So I'm telling him that we are going to make it very straight and very indigenous way. These people, they don't understand English as you see them. They, when you speak, they can hear, but to speak to you will be hard. These are oral, that's why we call them oral historians. All what they can do is to share the story in a kind of, speaking. I'm telling him that we should start,
the pil shele to yabism pilun tal. To yabism mi pilun talma. Orangela ya na bia. Kapilun talma. Bisong ma kabisong yani bisuno. To yabism madlachi kachu ya na yidundong.
Okay, sorry for the little bit delay. It's due to the network. Please, can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me, because the history has started. So let me know if you can hear me clearly, so that we'll be able to continue with the conversation. Okay, we are back. It's due to some network problems. So, due to the network problem, I'm gonna just start from where he ended. He said the history of their ancestors started from the ancestor. Their history started from the ancestor that was called Bizan. He said this Bizan that they all originated from, all the oral historians in Dagbon. The ancestor that they originated from was called Bizan. Bizan, Binzing, Bizan, Bizan. He said Bizan was a prince. Bizan was a prince to the overlord king of Dagbon. That is the paramount king to the Dagbon Kingdom at the time. Nabuni German and Nanyasi. So Bizan was a son to Nanyasi. This is Nanyasi being Dabala. So Bizan was a prince to Nanyasi. That is the ancestor who moved the kingdom of Dagbon from the time of Najewa at Pusiga, present-day Upper East region, to northern Ghana. And when Nanyasi kingdom that we live in, this Nanyasi moved the kingdom of northern Ghana, that is the Dagbon Kingdom that we all living in today. This particular kingdom was being moved by Nanyasi after Najewa migrated from Fadang Gruma in Burkina Faso to lay the foundation of the three kingdoms in Dagbon, as well as the Mosi Kingdom in Burkina Faso. So when Najewa moved the kingdom of Dagbon to Pusiga, that is present-day Upper East region of Ghana, and then gave birth to his children called Twagu, Sitwabu, and Mantambo. Twagu founded the Mampusi Kingdom, Sitwabu founded the Dagbon Kingdom, as well as Mantambo founded the Nanun Kingdom, and then Yen Twagri founded the Mosi Kingdom of present-day Burkina Faso. So it was this Nanyasi who gave birth to Bewa, and then Bewa, na in Dagbonle means king. Na in Dagbon means king. N-A-A. Na, it means king. So when Nabewa gave birth to these children and they founded this kingdom, so we are back. So Nanyasi was a grandson to, sorry, it's due to some network problems, but it's going through Dagbon Kingdom. That is the present. When you hear Tamale, Tamale is the capital city to northern Ghana. And Nanyasi was the one who moved the modern day Dagbon Kingdom, where we all live in today. That is northern Ghana. He was the one who moved it to where we settle right now, or where we in right now. So during the era of Nanyasi, or during the reigns of Nanyasi, it was, Bizin was his prince. As he moved the kingdom from Upper East region to northern Ghana, Bizin was one of his princes. And the reign of Nanyasi in the Dagbon history is from 1416 to 1432. So Nanyasi ruled the kingdom of Dagbon for 16 years. Nanyasi ruled the kingdom of Dagbon for 16 good years. And Bizin was one of his princes. But unfortunately, Bizin lost his mother. Bizin lost his mother, making him to be living lonely life in the palace. So, as our history goes, our history has a long way. You see, polygamy is not something that started today. Polygamy has started right from the beginning of this kingdom, right from the beginning of our ancestors. So for the fact that Nanyasi was married to so many women and Bizin's mother died, Bizin was now living a lonely life in the house, whereby sometimes he can get food to eat, and whereby sometimes when it's not time for the whole family to have their food, Bizin has to find a way of getting food to eat. So in the process of survival, Bizin decided to get a calabash, make a rope on the calabash, and tied it around his neck, like the way they are holding their drums. And then he decided to use a stick to be, playing with the calabash. That is, the calabash is half piece of a god. This is one thing that I'm teaching you again tonight. The full calabash is called a god, and the half piece of a calabash is half of a god. So the definition of a calabash is half piece of a god. Calabash is a half piece of a god. That is the definition of calabash. So Bizin decided to get a calabash, make some rope, some holes on the two ends of the calabash, use a rope to tie it, and then tie it around his shoulder and hold it, and use a stick to play it around the palace and within the community. So whenever he goes and play it, then they'll be giving Bizin's money. So people in the community, people in the family were happy about, the way he introduced drumming into the community. So I'm going to let him continue, and I will share with you till we get to where these drums originated. Let's continue and listen. So,
Sakati yabi zang wan chama bai o jon tuma na yati dir sa shele o mere wan chama ken da ko yabi baye namlana kwa parlan yake baye namlana kwa umala wuni baye namlana kwa umkola mun shaba namlana sa kana ma'lumata kana ne bizin bala numi waya to na yin ya ne bizin bala numi waya ma kana kuma banjiro no ti yabu da bu no tusuwa ka bizin o bu ya tusuwa o du da man ya shalba sa na nin ma banjiro no ko san yin ti jiwo kana kun ya numi waya ma ka gbago zang tulu zula mu'ayina Forsaka ti yabulun zula mu'anyine wala kalshele tammale ntumde ya na nubi nu ya soma wala banma niyesha.
Oh, this is interesting. So during the days of Bizang in Dagbon means like a child who is being neglected. Like Bizang is like when a child is in a family and feels like the child is being neglected. That is the person we call Bizang in a family. So when Bizang was going around playing this drum, this calabash, his real name was Tuswa. Bizang's real name, the real name to their grandfather was Tuswa. That is T-U. Okay, so he said in the Dagbon language, when a person is born at midnight, either a man or a woman, the person is called Tuswa. When a person is born at midnight, let's say here we call midnight anytime after 12 a.m. We call it midnight here. So at a time that is midnight, whereby everybody is sleeping, when a child is born at that time, a child is named Tiswa. So Bizang's real name was Tiswa. So he said one day, Bizang was just, standing around the palace hall to his father, that is Nanyasi, Yana Nyasi, and food were being served to the palace and everything. So when they served the food, Bizang decided to come and stand just at the doors, just closer to the door of the palace and start to play this calabash. And the elders to the palace shouted that, why is he playing this? Because whilst he was playing it, he was saying that he's playing it using proverbs. As a very small child, like as a very young boy, he decided to play it using proverbs to sing. And he was saying that the bachelor, that it is the bachelor that is the youngest son's father, and the man that is married is the elderly son's father. This proverb translates as a bachelor is nothing. Sorry to say, it translates as a bachelor is on a low class and a married person is on a higher class. And as Bizang started to sing this, he said, whoever has food is the one that eats. Whoever doesn't have food has to sleep hungry. So as the elders of the palace heard this, they shouted. And then his father said they should leave him. What he is doing, he is not doing it because his mother is not alive. There is a reason why he is doing it. And Bizang's father told the elders, that is his elders to the palace, that he is going to give Bizang to Lonalani. Lunzola Muayine. He said he's going to give Bizang to Lunzola Muayine, meaning that this particular history that we're sharing right now with regards to the oral historians was already existing in a different culture to a different place. This is Lunzola Muayine Yorajia. This So Lonzola Muayini was already a historian who was not known in the society. He was a natural gifted historian. So his father said, I'm going to give Bizang to Lonzola Muayini for him to train Bizang to be able to, grow up to preserve our history and our, the history of our culture, the history of our kingdom, the history of our kinship, the history of our tradition, the history of our spirituality and everything. So the elders understood him, and now let's continue and hear what he's going to share for me to translate.
Bizang titi ya bizang. Te no mu'ana ma. Zu'un nang namona. Zu'un yim namona na biwa asba. Kana biwa bang pumpo bi'an niro. Isa ka bi'ana yo pilo ko ma yasri ya na kaya na yasri.
So, as Bizang was given to this natural gifted oral historian who was called Lunzola Muayine, as Bizang was given to Lunzola Muayine by his father, that is Nanyasi. When Bizang completed going through learning the oral history, that Lunzola Muayine, that is the first oral historian in the kingdom of Dagbon. When Lunzola Muayine gave Bizang back to his father, that is Nanyasi gave him a title. He gave him a chieftaincy title with the name Namona. And Namona in the history is translated as a person who is originally given birth, a prince that is originally given birth to a king, that is a drummer. And Nanyasi said, for the fact that I gave birth to you, and for the fact that you have been, breastfeeded by my wife, I'm gonna give you a title called Namwana, meaning that you are from this lineage, and meaning that you have been breastfed by my wife and you are my blood. But I want you to start playing one particular, drumming and singing that will wake me up daily, so that whenever I'm asleep in the morning and it's time for me to wake up, when I hear you playing the drum, I'll know that you are playing it to wake me up. So that was the time that Namona, that is Bizang, who was given the new title, started to play Dapsebo, Sahakambo. So his father told him that for the fact that it is a big task, I want you to be playing this to wake me up on Mondays and Fridays. Atane meaning Alezuma. In Dagbanle, Atane means Monday and Alezuma means Friday. So when Namona, that is the new title that Bizang had, he decided to be playing and singing to the drum with a kind of tune that we call Bianayo. Bianayo in Dagbale is when the drummers goes to the chief palace on an early morning after 4 o'clock a.m. down to around 4:30 to 5:30 a.m. Latest 5:30 a.m. the drummer has to be at the place to play what we call Bianayo. Bianayo in Dagbale is translated as Bianeya. We have two names for Bianayo. As our history goes, or as we goes on in life, everything starts to change, because so many people are learning the language, whereby they're changing things in the language with regards to the translations and everything. So originally it was called Bianayo, and up to date it is still called Bianayo. But Bianayo, now some people are saying Bianeya. It means daybreak. So he started to use the tune that is called Daybreak to play at the palace. And that was where this particular lineage started to sing and play with these drums. So this drum will talk, and then he would sing to how the drum is talking. So family, I'm gonna stop here and then ask Naturally Organic to share my PayPal account information for whoever wants to donate to this channel to make it grow. So the PayPal information is Fatima Ife. That is ARC, A-R-C, ARC Fatima, Fatima, and the Ife is IFE at gmail.com. ARC Fatima Ife at gmail.com. That is my PayPal account information for whoever wants to support this channel for us to continue to, make it grow day by day. So kindly share it, whoever wants to share it. So we are going to continue with the history. Teacher
Mba. Na ka tosna bin tosba bin sha tosna ya nirmun ye bakara kapana to a tohro nan na silma ko manna tosna yi ti jer kulun nole ti yabi jing jer la kulwa ka tosna yor mo ka ti yabi jing yor mo nole kana barna ma nama ti yala wahba to sa kan yabi jing boro jule kana barci kan yabi jing boro jule kana bar sorba kan yabi jing boro jule kana bar nama kan yabi jing boro jule kana bar sochira kan yabi jing boro jule bahya to da so yabi jing nan shamma za kana ya libi jing zo nar saya waya libi jing nar saya ma lala na karbiye ati yabi jing ta dang yu chang na sampana or biarna wala chi zan lu ji on furka duuse ka zan lu dol wo porta to yel no born wo yel na yelwo ente na do kana ni bizon zo saya to bizon zo saya ma din yelwa anji katale na yi akul batum ta ga pe na yo to ni yakada zo saya din ye bizon zo saya.
So as Bison continued to grow up at the palace, there was one man in the community who was, kind of wealthy, who always do what the king of the kingdom does. That is wearing dresses similar to the king of Dagbon, sitting on different kinds of horsebacks. We have so many names to horses. We have Sorba. That is a name to a horse. We have Chi, that is the name to a horse. And we have Male was the name to a horse. Naamam was the name to a horse in the tradition. Sochira was a name to a horse in Dagbon. The king will use, he will go and buy that particular horse and use. So whilst he was doing all this, copying the king and everything, and to protect his father's lineage. So one day, this particular wealthy man was summoned to the palace, for doing what the king is doing, for doing the same thing as to what the king has to do. So when the king decided to punish him together with the elders, Bison, squat and started to crawl whilst playing his drum, begging the king and his elders to forgive this man. So you see how the Dagbon tradition goes. Someone who was protecting his father ended up pleading on behalf of the person that was, doing some things against his father. The son who was protecting the father ended up pleading for forgiveness to the person who was someone who was bringing down the name to his father. And the father said that because of Bison, it's okay, or because of Namona, it's okay. Because at the time, Bison was not called Bison again. Because of his title, he was called Namona. So Namona pleaded on the man's behalf, and the king, that is Nanyasi, said that because of my son, Namona, it's okay. I'm not going to punish you again, but don't do what you are doing again. And it was that day that Bison started to praise his father, started to learn more about the kingdom, started to protect the history of the kingdom, started to spread, the information of the kingdom to different parts of the, kingdom. So, I'm listening.
Sahamun naki Bison lan kampa na mona npalidra to kadu vizu na mona banchir
to unda
wondo wozu na mona banchir mo to ndo na mona lelba Kana. To dog to Yaba. Nima got the message you said, Kana up the board of the Tana and Bobman.
The Shankas and the man. I hear the tea of Bison, the Chilgala. Was Zalala Halamazans. This is how Obuham Kalmo Obuham Kalmo. So what he said is that as Bison was practicing to become oral historian and getting more and more information and knowledge about oral history, he at some point he got married and he had children from different wives. So as time goes on, when a person is growing up, the person ages, declines. So as time goes on, Bison was getting older and older, and then when his father died and Bison also, became old, he was still the leader to the oral historians of the Dagbon Kingdom. And at some point, Bison get too old and it comes to time for him to die. By then, Bison has already gotten all the information about everything that involves these three kingdoms. That is the Dagbon Kingdom, the Mamprugu Kingdom, and the Nanumba Kingdom. He had all this history on his head, and then he passed it through his children before he died. And from there, the name Namona remained the title to the leader of the oral historians in Dagbon. So the leader to the oral historians in Dagbon is called Namona. So as Bison gave birth to these children, Bison Biman Rayasi, Bisaka Bono.
Bison be wanda drop shamo, Namona Banchur Mama. Namona Lilba.
To Bison gave birth to Namona Banchirga. That is the children that succeeded him, children who got his title when they grew up after his death. So his first son was Namona. What became Daniela? Namona Banchiri. Banchiri. His eldest son who succeeded him was Namona Banchiri, followed by Namona Lelba. Ne Munsanya.
Yawa. Lujuna Moyen ma.
Namona Banchiri mini Namona Yelba. Bananda Yasina Bizang. Okay. So it was Namona Banchiri and Namona Lelba who succeeded their father Bizang. So at some point, to teach him and Long Zhao. So this it was these people that it was these princes, as I will call them, because they are also from the royal family. These people are also from the royal family, as you can hear the history. So it was these people that Namona, that is Bison, passed the history to. It was these people that Bison passed the history to. So when Bison passed this history to his children, he told them that they should maintain this legacy for their next generations to come and and meet it. So one of the children, Lun Zhao, that is the light skin color drama. That is the name that is how the name is translated in the Dagbon. Lun Zhao means a light skin colored man who is a drama. So this Lun Zhao migrated to Diyale. Diyale is a town It's a village in the Dagbon Kingdom, and those days it was called Yuao. Yuao in Dagbanle is translated as a bush, a village that is in a very deep village, bush location.
So bisa ha ni biano ti yablu jama nda bi diye kana luro to tuo twabla ke ne chambo bang sam tuona wo no banka ne ko kulwa.
So when Lun Zhao migrated to Diele, that is Yuao, at the time it was Naluro who was the overlord king of Dagbon. That is the paramount king to the Dagbon Kingdom. And now let me take you to the years of Naluro. Naluro's time was the era. Naluro's reign was between the years of 1554 to 1570. So as Bizen's son lived up to these years, it was during the era of Naluro that Lun Zhao migrated to Yuao, that is Diyele, to be an elder or the leader to the oral historians at Yuao Diyele. So during that same time, we were still having struggles. Our ancestors were still having struggles as to how to make this kingdom stand firm without any invaders conquering this kingdom. So Naluro had an encounter with the Gonjes, or those days they were called the Kwalensi, and it was the era of Kwalensi Dajia or Kalasi Dajia. It was during the era of Kalasi Dajia that the Dagombes had this encounter with our brothers Gonjes. Please, sorry, this is history. So when Naluro was made victorious in the battle, he told his elders that they should go and look for an oral historian who can sing and who can use the drum to talk, for him to take him back home because he has been made victorious. So they search and search and search till they come across Lun Zhao. That is the oral historian that was called Lun Zhao. And when they got Lun Zhao, that is the light-skinned drummer, colored man who was a drummer, they took him to Naluro, and it was him who led Naluro to Yuao, that is Najewa Yile. That is the palace of the Dagbon Kingdom. It's called Najewa Yile. The palace to the overlord king of Dagbon Kingdom is called Najewa Yile. You understand? Or Najewa's palace.
This when I yell no more bang ko jang kulma. Kapchang to sound when yin na. Koyal do pasasa banga. Kapchang to sound bentelana. Koyal do pasasa banga. Kochang to sound lulana. Koyal do pasasa banga. Kochang to sound akarmana. Koyal do pasasa banga. No bolamune no ganaro. This ka na mo ayo so shi biro bla mi o no ma sha do bo mi bang ma we ni o she o bara bo mi lu sha ni bi lo she to sa ka na mo ayo so shi bi te no e so ma na wa ni na wo no ku ni ru kuma sha ma na ka bo no so ko par so ma na wa o ka so ma na wa mo te chi ka mo to sa ka mo to bo o na yi bi o ya wa bo mo wa ben shaka man yerba dira kat bor bo mo wona nina lu ron cham tu tobla nye na sarama no ko bor lu o mi o yen sham ku no ke lu cham bo ba se tu da no ko cham ti zang ya kasana no ko lu pa se sa ba ga ko cham ti zang al jeta la na lu pa ko cham ti zang betel la lu pa de so no ko e zo man na wa to no bon no wo bang shi no to na sarabia ka to buki ya to wo to bang ne yi la ban ma tu sa ka mo por ma to ma Wodon gulungo kana na so wa to ni kayo woni ne ni sa shema ko no bon no ye zazaro banga no mun chem diel wo le bison bi lu jala no bi wo so o chem diel wo wo ya sang ba pa ma ma so ti ya la wo ba kala halin wo kala ni man ma wo che ti ya lu jao zongne ni man ko bangno o lo slayung ka she pa wona o pa ka lo se ti la zong man o ba la ka pe de pa ti yo lo jao lo ni na lo ro to ni o to man da sara ka bon nu nye zazaro banga ko no gara yo ka ko wo
to
no ko no ka ta bulo na ko kada ta no kana yo ka ko ni man ka yam lu ja yo no to no chema na ko la mu nyanga isa ka yam lu ja yina ta bol lu la ta zabiya bol lu la nyen ta da ta bol lu la nyen usma bol lu la nyen kando nyen lu la di nyen di sakoro bol lu la ko ko palya awe lu isa kanan minin ta zari me shi ne kam chen nam ka biam to nan ka biam wona ka ba pare ban pa ta shirin ya nalo imana ta nalo wo chawe ya ko lu tu ya bizan ka ya bizan zo ni bol isa ka yaba lung jao to bol ma ita pa la pim kana lo bo yaba bo ka nan shamo wo no zu na won ka zu pyang ta zu ya na da tan ko bo la wo tabarkal so na pa ka bu pim ma karna chen yo na lo na do wa nyaksa yalla mo alu no ko fon no bore
bangla
ba shama na ban yi pa bon ma
to
wo yalla ban yi pa bon ma ka yel na mo alu mo zang ba ku yo yi perle te zang ba no ka ba fue wo zang ti jaba ku le yi perle ka to do no fue ya na no ba sande ka ba di to san ma shi ka ba di anta na sa ka biata ni yerna wendi san ma mana mo ka ti ya no jao yel bi ha to ko yimi ka na ma o farsar ka dabla ka yente tweng mo pang mana ma
you try alam ba
lo ke yel te pe jo bia sa ni mi ka ni ka bia sa ti ni ka no kum dam tlang fu mi o pa nya lo bi lo bi ya se o nang mi nang ti za ni shi re pa na yi o ti pe jong lo bo lo shama ka ba sa na do tu kana twa yi na che yi ba wula wona ni o be sa kana ko te nang ba sa na na ka jerma tu bi ma ya ma ha na ka bi ma ji kan mana ma no ko ba mi woni yo yin ta ma sha ka kana no to ba woni ta ma bal tu ya na mi ra zo la ba pa wa nang ba woni ta ma bal tu mo ya ba kara mo so ka ko kamana in ce ta le din da kana muna yang zaha ya na ba ta le
so let me come to the translation of what he said for a very long time. He said, when Naliro had this encounter with the Kwalensi tribe, and he said he wanted to have a drama as well as an oral historian who who can, sing and praise him for him to go back to his palace after the battle. When I said an encounter, and I mean a battle. When he had the battle with the invaders and became victorious, before he got busy, they searched throughout the entire country of Ghana, especially the northern part of Ghana, without getting a powerful oral historian or a powerful drummer who can use his drum to play and sing with the drum, or who can use his drum to play and talk with regards to what the drum says, until they found Yablunalan Lunjao at Yao, that is present day DLA. And before the messenger got to meet Yablunalan in the Jao, he roamed with horse. He was on a horseback searching for this kind of drama. He used the horse to search throughout the length and breadth of Dagbon Kingdom without finding this kind of oral historian, until he come across a hunter and asked the hunter that he has been sent by his king to go and get a historian who can use a drum to play and then talk with how the drum says, or sing with the drum, as well as do everything that has to do with drumming and talking with the drum. And the hunter told him that if you want to get this kind of oral historian or this kind of drama, you have to give me cola nuts and tobacco, so that I'll be able to teach, show you or direct you where to get this person. And the elder gave him the tobacco and the cola, and then he directed him to Yuao, that is present day DLA. DLA is located along the Tamale Bolgatanga highway. Bolgatanga is the present day Upper East region. So when he went to the palace of the chief, to the oral historians of DLA, that is Yuao in the past. It was called Yuao in the past. As soon as he get into the palace hall, he saw all these drums that they're holding hanging around the palace hall. So in our history, these drums that they're using, when they live here, for instance, when they live here and then go home, they will hang it at the palace hall. That is the tradition. Except when they don't have palace hall, then they will take it to their room. But when they have a palace hall, when the chief has a palace hall, all of them would hang their drums in the palace hall. So when the messenger entered in the palace hall to the oral historian of DLA at the time, he started to smile. So he told him about the message that Naliro told him to come and deliver to him, and he accepted the message and followed Naliro to Namkabiamne. That was where they had the encounter. Namkabiamne is a river. It is a river that is located in the outskirts of DLA and Gushe. Gushe is also very close to DLA. It's just about 10 minutes drive or 15 minutes drive away from DLA. So that was where they fought the battle. And when he reached there, Naluro, who was the king in the 1500, told Lonal Dajao, that is the light-skinned oral historian, to test his drum for him to see if he's capable of, playing the tunes of a warrior, or if he's capable of praising a warrior, you understand. And before Lonal Dajao started to play, he used his hand to rub the drum, to rub the part of the drum that they play. That is why when he was explaining the history, at some point, he used his hand to rub the drum. And Naliro asked him, why did I call you to come and use your drum to praise me, to be able to inspire me, to be able to make me feel like a warrior who has won a battle, and you are now coming to use your hand to rub your drum? I don't expect you to do that. And he said, yes, Your Highness, I am doing this because I'm, first of all, giving thanks to the Almighty God, giving thanks to the ancestors before I start to praise you, my king. And he said, yes, this is the kind of oral historian, this is the kind of drama that I want, because anything that we do in life, it is these two beings that lays us, the Almighty God and the ancestors. So from there, the oral historian were so happy, and the king were happy, and then they took them to the palace. When they took them to the palace, they gave them some food to welcome them, and the food was full of, there was so much meat in the food. The food was so delicious, like the food was so, the food was just good. So as he eat the food together with his children, without watching his children so much, the children to the oral historians eat the food to a certain point that they even break the bones, the calabashes. During those days, food was served in calabashes, so they break the calabashes, and they were so afraid, because when their father found out that they break up these calabashes to the queen mother, the historian said, this king is very powerful and he doesn't accept any nonsense. So why did you do this? When they break, it will be a problem to us. So make sure that when you are sleeping, you will still be awake. Don't oversleep, because tomorrow early morning we'll be there to apologize to the king before daybreak, else he will kill all of us. He's very, very powerful and he doesn't accept any nonsense. So please, kindly wake up early. I'll wake you up early, and then we'll go to the palace and beg for forgiveness. And so truly, before daybreak, at the early dawn to the next morning, when they break the calabashes, they reach out to the chief, the king. They use their drums to play, and they use their drums to apologize to him. And when the king came out and said, "Why are you apologizing to me?" And they said, "We have broken the calabashes of your queens, and we have broken the calabashes that your queens used to serve us food. So we are pleading to you for forgiveness." And he said, "Okay, no problem. As long as you are drummers and oral historians, you are just the same thing like my queens. The way I love my queens, that's the same way I love you. So henceforth, from today onwards, you don't have anything that you have to do at the king's palace that becomes a problem." And right from there, it remains in history up to date. These people, they don't offend the king. They don't offend the chief. Whatever they do wrong at the palace, the king easily forgives them, because they also play a very important role in the tradition. And then moreover, their ancestors has already pleaded on all their offenses at the palace. So that is how the tradition goes. So family, so far I can say that we have been able to hear so much about these oral historians and how they started. To tiku mmalejia kana wula kana
to kumale
to rumo kumale kumale
orsa njabre lun shama wujama na kanu sma zaha kan bayana
to
nci na kamube duniya ya muso
to
yablu shafa
to
wujama kanu sma zaha
to
ni kana yabi zama do bi shama ma lu sma yoma ma na bi na bi zan yasa amma so kamal wo yawan pino shan won pil lo shan
to
o de mona za marana
to so as he comes to a conclusion of the history, he said it was during the time of their grandfather Lunal and Dajao that the historians of Dagbon spread throughout all the towns and villages of the kingdom. So from there, when they took Naliro back to the palace after winning the victory and then went back home, Lunal and Dajao, that is their ancestor, found it very important for all the towns and villages in Dagbon to have oral historians. I'm talking about the kings the kings and the chiefs to all these villages. So it was there that he shared his children to all these chiefs to be their oral historians. That is to remind them about history, to teach their children, that is their princes, about history, to teach the communities about history and to also, make the history of the kingdom spread and to also preserve the history of the kingdom. So it was during this era that it started. But then before we get into conclusion of this history, I want them to play a couple of, Dagbale drums that I've been playing here. But before I started, I want them to play Tiparga, Nalasan Tiparga, and then and then we man to Garma. I don't know Garma. So he's going to play Tiparga, and then we enjoy some drumming and maybe, if possible, some small dancing. As you know, when we're sharing the history of our ancestors, it's all about, waking up your spirits. Tiparga. So now he's going to play Damdu. Damdu means the room is shaking. Damdu, the room is shaking. When, it is called Damdu, the room is shaking. Jangbargade Yubiao. The mouse or the rat always has a bad name. So it's called Damdu, Jangbargade Yubiao. Whenever the room is shaking, they said it's the rat or the mouse. Meanwhile, there are some things in the room that can shake the room more than the rat or the mouse. Teacher, Madam. Kulnole means people want to drink water from the rice. So, yes, our culture, our heritage. Our culture, our heritage. Very interesting. So, family, this is where we're coming to the end of tonight's history program. So, till we meet again sometime, maybe next week, I'm saying a big thank you to all of you for following, and a very big thank you to all of you who wants to learn the tradition. We are going to learn so much in the upcoming days. Stay blessed, stay focused, and I pray that the Almighty God and the ancestors will continue to grant us more wisdom and knowledge so that we can share what we know. Have a wonderful evening and have a good night. Peace.